I see all the time, whether it be on the internet in real life, on the daily almost, people who think that feminism is women trying to dominate the male population, which, on the contrary, like, the opposite is happening already in real life. So it's a really bullshit take. Feminism, contrary to popular male belief, isn't the hatred of men. That's an entirely separate thing, which in reality shouldn't exist, by the way, because you're part of the problem creating inequality. I can accept jokes about the bad men, because there's a lot of them. That's just a fact. But if you genuinely hate all men, then please sort yourself out. I don't mean to say that to offend you, because there is a difference between a fear of men and a full-on hatred of men. Both are, understandable, but, sort it out. There are good men out there. And that's the same thing goes for men who think that they hate all women. In reality, sorry, I'll get back to my original point. Feminism is the realization of men in society's hatred for women. Let's be honest. Feminism is like equalism, pretty much. Because, why would you set up these ridiculous standards for us women in particular, but then make it absolutely impossible to achieve them? And then being criticized for standing up against it or complaining about it? If women were to have one singular standard for men, then suddenly we're picky and choosy and too shallow. One very basic example I can think of is that, personally, from me anyway, not everybody has the same type as me, and I'd like to think that I don't really have a type, but I guess preferably I would like to have someone, doesn't have to be a man, but someone who is either the same height or taller than me. But here's the thing, I'm pretty tall already. I'm 5'11", or I think that's 181 centimeters, I think. But yeah, there's people who are going to say, oh, but I can't achieve that. If you could, then I'm not talking about you. It's as simple as that. But if you really think that having a standard or having a type makes us women too shallow, then you need to get your damn floaties on, because it's actually a lot deeper than you think. You'll say things like, it's not that deep, but it's actually deeper than the fucking Mariana Trench, or however you say it, I don't actually know. All of the horrifying deep sea creatures that look like aliens and everything, they are everything that you don't know about how dark and bad it really is for being a woman in this world. And I still don't know how it's possible that not all men, but a very large group of men, still refuse to believe that the gender war either exists or is against women, and actually think it's against men. Hence the phrase I just said before, not all men. And even though that is technically true, it's still enough men doing wrong for countless women to speak up about it. And men too. Like, men will speak up about things that have happened to them by other men. And that's really fucking sad. And like I said before, it is not all men, but somehow it's always or almost always men. And it's, not all men, but still way too damn many. I think in 2023, enough is enough. If you want to act like a child about it rather than the alpha male that you claim to be, I strongly suggest you either date men or die alone. And look, you cannot tell us that in return, because let me tell you, some of us have already given up on men and started dating women. And then you criticize us for that too. Being a lesbian or bisexual, even asexual or aromantic. So where do we go from here? All I have to say is learn to love and accept one another. It'll be fucking hard for everybody, I know. It's not just... Learning to love and accept people is not just a sexism thing. It's an everything thing. Treat everyone equally and equally right, and good things will come out of it. It's basic, elementary, treat people with respect. And in conclusion, I guess, adding on to that, be a feminist and an equalist. And yes, men can be feminists too. I don't know why there's such confusion with that. Just because the word feminist has fem in the beginning doesn't make you a woman. It makes you a good person for wanting and standing for that equality. I can't believe that in 2023, I have to be making this video and countless other women have to be making videos similar to this, explaining this. It's actually mind-boggling. But here we are. Anyway, just another thing I wanted to get off my mind. I don't know. Thank you for listening, and I hope you have a good day or night wherever you are, if you can. That's pretty much it. I will see you all later. Bye-bye, guys. I love you all. See you next time.